Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Farm, thinking right out here in my lab. And I done changed books. This is October. We're going to start a new month. Let's call this Meditation Month, all right? Because we're going to get into meditation and how to communicate with God. Personally, that's my little thing, but let's go with the book for now. I got my own lesson coming up for you, but this is some good stuff. Right, is right thinkers? Let's get busy. Rightisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practiced daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? When I get through, you will. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you know how to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not, and knows not that they know not, is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not, and knows not, and knows not, and knows that they know not, okay, it's simple. Why? You can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not, and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to Maya, be true. We're in meditation. You see, that's called the lotus position. You'll never see me take that position, okay? No, ain't happening. I don't do the flexible thing no more. Got a little athletic injury. So my thing is physical fitness, but I don't do the other thing. I stretch and loosen up a little different. So you'll never see me sitting in lotus position. I just sit up and do my meditation. That's when to get out of the way. I don't do the positions. All right, I'm an old man. I ain't got time for that. But I want to introduce you to a concept of what is meditation. Meditation is the path to spiritual enlightenment. What's spiritual enlightenment? God is spirit. Enlightenment is learning something that you didn't know. So you're going to learn about God. My goal is to get you to know God for yourself, have your own experience with what they call it, the mystical experience, the awakening, or whatever it's called. But my goal is to get you to have it by what? Putting the work in. It'll happen on its own. But you got to put the work in. That's the difference. Meditation means to think. I'm a mindset man. I took you through Mayat, the book of Mayat, to teach you how to purify your heart with your actions and how you live. Now I'm going to teach you how to think, to get connected with the heart so they become one. Now you're communing with who? Your higher self, a.k.a. God. That's spiritual enlightenment. To think, to concentrate, to ponder, to fix your attention on something. That's meditating. Sit. Let your mind free. George tell you, free your mind and the ass will follow. A lot of us, our minds ain't free. And the ass is going wherever the mind leading. That's not a good place. All right. But the whole idea is to free yourself so you can what? Be yourself. I don't follow the crowd. I don't give a crap about what everybody doing, how they doing. None of that means nothing to me. I'm an individual, but I know me. To know everything about everything but you is a waste of time. Meditation takes care of that. Hopefully you can learn it. Let's go. Meditation. What is meditation? First of all, it's introduction to meditation. I'm starting midway through the book. There's a whole bunch of stuff here that I don't do fluff. I like to get to the meat and potatoes. That's where we are right now, page 77. All right, let's rock. What is meditation? Now, this is one page of information. I'm going to be here for a minute. Hopefully, I can break it down, and I'll call it my preaching thing. Take a little bit and stretch it. The two loaves and two bread, no, my thing is to give you information. Hopefully I can stretch it to simplify it and make it easy to digest and understand. Let's go. Meditation may be thought of in good concept, defined as practice of mental exercise. What's that? Thinking, using this thing right here for the right purpose, not just a bunch of nonsense. Mental exercise. disciplines to enable you, the aspirant, to be able to achieve what we call control over one's mind. I know people who say the mind controls them. Leave them alone. If you ain't figured out yet that the mind is yours to control, you ain't got this thing figured out yet. You're going to have a few more lifetimes of reincarnation to get some things you need to get together. And that ain't my job. My God, my job is to teach. And if you ain't can learn, that's not my position. As a professor or a teacher of higher education, if you can't handle it, that ain't my fault. Get your stuff together. But it's all about controlling one's mind. That's what meditation is all about. Specifically, to be able to stop what? The unnecessary vibrations of what? The mind due to what? Unwanted thoughts and the inability to control the imaginations, etc. Meaning when things pop up, oh, stuff that jump in my mind. Okay, it's because you ain't controlling it. You ain't got no idea what's going on. That's the mind gonna do its own thing. It got the premise that it work on. If you let it do its own thing, that's the ego. The ego will run the show if you can't. Trust me. And most of us are being ran by our ego, and half of them don't even know it. Some enjoy it until what? It's time to pay up. All right. But why is this necessary to be able to control what you think? Right thinking is a must. Why should you need to control your thoughts? The vibrations of one's mind, aka think right. Your mind is built to do just that. Solve, think, operate. I hear people say, my brain hurts. You ain't using that thing right. It really must not be out of shape. It must be out of shape because if your brain hurt from using it, that's what it does. It even thinks when you're asleep. It's called states of consciousness. I'm going to help you with that too. This is for those who can't think from the neck up. Most of y'all think from the waist down. Moving on. I ain't trying to insult you. But ordinarily, people profess, watch this, to what? Believe. In the educational world, in the spiritual philosophical world, belief is a cuss word. Okay, belief had no use in the real world. No. Let me explain it to you, hopefully. A lot of us profess to believe in something. Yeah, that means don't know. It's something we don't know, we believe it. Why? We don't know. I tell you, I don't give a damn about what I don't know. Why? I'm not going to believe something I don't know. I'm not going to put into my mindset that that's what it is. No, I don't know until I get proof of some fact. I ain't doing nothing. Okay, so moving on. You can't get me with that. All right, but believe in something, what? Greater than them in the physical, greater than their physical existence. And that's true. Why? I keep explaining we are spiritual beings having a human experience. The physical body is human. This level we live in is human. The third level, physical, 3 dimensions, stuff gonna be here. It seems real, but living in it and dealing with it, understand it, makes it a lot easier. When you don't, you think it's real, you just, moving on. But it's all about understanding we ain't the physical. We are not the body. That's what the mind's trying to get you to understand. But it runs the body. That serpent, that's your spinal cord that goes up to the brain. That's the stem. Your nervous system, that's all your astral plane body. That's the other body that's inside the body. Nothing that's inside body. They're a little too deep for some people. But what is this something that we feel the need to believe in? God. Okay, that's the answer. But if a person on the street was to ask, who are you? I'm Elmer J. Fudd. I own a mansion in the yacht. We all know, identify. That's the ego. The ego is telling you who he is. That's just who the ego. He'll tell you right there. He'll tell you. The devil don't hide who he is. Okay? So what's this? But most likely, he or she will point what? To the body. Me. This is me. All right? And this is me. Again, relating to the physical aspect. And that's fine at that level. But you got to be smarter than that. Become enlightened to who? Your spiritual self. That's God. You just think of the physical body. That's human. Your spiritual thinking you're human. That's another ignorant part. That's the start. All right, let's go. But I'm trying to, too fast, slow down. But it is this. All there is life. My man's the perfect victim. I've seen it. I witnessed this. Yeah, it was fine and dandy. Long as you, yeah. We seen it too many times. classic. Okay, I just experienced for myself. I got a story to tell, and that's real life. Okay, no, nothing. I know that guy. Okay, and he did everything I'm learning about. What I'm learning. Oh yeah, he was a perfect example. I use him all the time. Too easy. He's my Darth Vader. He had a choice. He chose the dark side, which is the ego, which is satisfaction, pleasures of the flesh, this physical world. A lot of I do. And he ain't the only one. So, okay, I chose it too early in life. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I followed him. And it was fun, yeah, until it's time to pay up. I didn't like the payoff, okay? Many people will profess to believe in what? A soul, okay? But do they really understand what it is? But they believe, why? You can tell them anything. That's what the whole part about being ignorant of who you are. Somebody can tell you anything you are. Okay, all right, go with it. But if they did understand and know, why would they be mourning at funerals? If my father died when I was ignorant, I'm freaking out. Okay. Now that I have knowledge and understanding, when my mom died, I won't freak out. Two different things. I love them both, but understanding helps me deal with it totally different. That's the difference, okay? And again, for those who ignorant, who just, they can't get over somebody's death, ignorance, okay? When you mourn at funerals or you fear what? Your own death. Scared him to death. Dude, it's that time. Party's over. I want to keep, no, party's over. But no, party's over. Those are the ones who fight, kick, and scream. When you don't live life and you find peace and contentment within yourself, when it's time to go, you go willingly. You go quietly. You don't kick and scream. Why? You know where you're going. He thought he was dying. And he was. It's okay. Understand it. Moving on. Sorry about that. I keep using examples, but that's the best I could do. I'm trying to tell you to. Real simple. And I ain't got to make nothing up. Simple. And watch this. A human being is not just the physical body. The body is human. What's in it is not spiritual. You get my understanding? And you have a mind that controlled by what? The five senses of the body. The brain is up here. It don't know nothing except what the body sent to it. The five senses, the smell, the sight, the hearing, the touching, and tasting. That's how it operates at this level. But without this level, it's doing a whole bunch of other stuff. A whole bunch of other stuff. And that's the part that we miss out on. Why? You're not conscious. Your subconscious ain't never sleep. It never stops. But your unconscious, if you're lucid dreaming, you're conscious all the time. Why? You're even conscious when you're dreaming. That's a whole nother state of mind. What the hell? Yeah, see? Astral plane, what's that? Okay, my mind leaves, your mind don't have to leave the body. The body's just at rest. The mind's always doing its own thing. That's how I learned how to concentrate. The mind has its own thing that it does. And if you get control of it, you'll be a bad man. Okay, or woman. But in reality, there is what we call a deeper existence. I just try to explain it to you. The mind is called a vast ocean of reality, of which what? Most people not even aware of. So I'm speaking Greek to some people. I understand that. Or hieroglyphic. I prefer that. Medjugorje, because the Greeks didn't know the damn thing. But this is the realm, again, inside the body, something's going on. The mind of higher self. Why? It's in a whole nother stratosphere. It don't need the body to do what it does. It functions because that's what it does. Imagination, information, storing, learning, all that's done up here, which all teachings of any yoga philosophy and the various practices of what? Meditation, and even religions, they all profess to teach the same thing. You to know who? Yourself. They just put it in different aspects. I'm telling you, knowing thyself. Why? That's the creed that they left us. Know thyself. You need to think about that a little more deeper than just, oh yeah, okay, I know me. My name is LJ Fudd. I'm a man. Yeah, that's not knowing yourself. That's your ego self. And most of us, that's who just say no. That's all they know. Okay, there's two people in there. Okay, your ego and your higher self. That's God. The ego is you. All right, but when you meditate, it's directly toward what? You being able to discover that higher self. But you have to do it yourself. Just hidden. I'm on. God's name means hidden. The hidden one. Where? Inside you. That's what meditation helps you find. That's what Waldo is. Find Waldo. Go meditate. You'll find him. Okay. Every Eastern person, all mystics, they do one thing. All of them do the same thing. Meditate. That means you going inside you. I've been Meditate now over 10, 15 years. Man, I know that for a fact. I'm not, no, I'm telling you what I know about that. Excuse me. I know God. That's the hidden aspect of our original selves, which is beyond the physical and the thoughts of ignorant people, which is known as what? We call it netter. We call God God because this is where we are. The language before God wasn't God, it was a netter, netter, or neteru. Again, just a different enunciation and word, but it means the same damn thing. Excuse me. Stop with they call it this. Amun. Amun means hidden. That's God. The first phrase of God is hidden. You don't see him. I seen God face to face. No, you didn't. You ain't seen Jack. You fairy tale. Okay, you imagine it. And that's okay. But can you manifest what you see? Can you manifest what you believe? Can you bring to life what you create in your mind? That's the difference. It's called manifesting. Neteru. Amun, which is the hidden one. Asar, spirit into matter. Y'all call the fall of God, all that nonsense. Okay, Asar is the first spirit turned to matter. That's in all of us. The soul is in the Asar. He started the thing off. And you got, I meant to the place where you go after the physical body died. Whole concept that they don't teach you, and I ain't got time to tell it all right now, but my goal is to get you to understand how to use this thing on your head, between your shoulders. That's the temple not made with human hand. That's where God dwells, inside your mind and your heart. Put them together. You got something. Ding, ding, ding. That's the go the right thing philosophy. And your ancient Egyptians, they called it the mystical philosophy system. Okay? System, meaning it works of what? Spirituality. And in India, they called the God, or who y'all call God, Nata, they call him Brahman. And in India, Vedanta philosophy, and a God in Christianity, that's where God comes from, the Christian. Y'all only been around 2,000 years. That God nonsense means nothing to nobody but y'all. You go back further, they could care less about what you call God. It's a concept, it's an aspect, just like Christ. Christ ain't a person. Excuse me, I ain't going there with y'all right now. But God in Christianity, and also what's the self. It's always the essence, but due to, you ready? Mental ignorance and distractions and erroneous thoughts, misguidance, and lifestyle, people are unable to truly discover their true higher nature themselves. We walk right here dumb as and swear we got something. That's the part I tell you. A person who knows not but believe they know is dangerous. We got a bunch of dangerous people, and I see it every day. Moving on. And thus, they experience what we call limited experience. Humans are limited to a lifespan in this physical body. That's a limitation. Sorry, why are you getting so excited? Cool, calm down. Yeah, I'm in teaching mode. I'm animate. Sorry about that. But limited meaning human, as an ordinary human being until what? Time of their death. Oh, wait, are you ready? They have the question, your house in order? If your house in order, that means you done everything you need to do for yourself. You reach that level of bliss, hotel, supreme peace, contentment within yourself in your life. If you haven't, you still got things you want to do. You still got desires that you want to fulfill. So you die in anguish. You ain't ready. So you are reincarnate. Why? Your desire is to come back here, and you will. That's the difference. And your higher self, okay, once you know yourself, now I know I ain't coming back. How you know that? See, I ain't got to explain to you. But again, your higher self in human beings is like air. Understand this. The quick example. Air is free. Right here. Okay. It's free. Again, let me get to the lesson. Sorry about that. Air is moving in an obstructed manner. It's free to do. It circles the earth. Okay. However, if a certain volume of that air was caught and put into a bottle, aka a physical body. Stay with me. Get the concept. Air in the bottle. Now the air was seen to be what? Caught, trapped in what? A body, a physical body of existence. Yeah, it's living, but it's trapped in here. It ain't free. Into what? This physical body, which is, they call the bottle. Once we break it, now we go back. See the concept? But right now, it's contained in the physical body. And we have a consciousness to understand, to do, what's that? Free it. When the physical body go, when you make consciousness, you make connection with the heart, mind, coherence, waking up, enlightened, whatever you want to call it. That's how you free the spirit when the physical body dies. Good concept. In the same manner, the human soul is part of the cosmos. We're free. That's the macro, we the micro, okay? And all is pervasive, however, as it associates with what? An individual. We are all the same spirit, but he gives us individual, this thing here, consciousness, to exist in the physical body. And we become involved with what? The desires of this physical body, the flesh. Why? Because we're ego-driven. We don't know no better until you start to learn. I'm here to teach the whole purpose. And you get desires, your thoughts, and the fears of what? Human. And due to your ignorance of your higher self, you are in human existence now. You're a limited being. Woe is me. Oh, I'm getting sick. Yeah, okay. But if you don't take care of the mind, the body, and soul, you're going to die early. We get 120 years, they claim. A lot of us don't even get close. Okay, I'm trying to get at least to 100. That 20, I take that when I get to 100. But my goal is to get to that 100. Why? That's life. That's given to you. That's what you can use it for. To have all the experiences you can have. In 100 years, you ain't experienced enough. You did a lot of stuff wrong. All right. But the whole point is knowing your existence. But it loses what? Your soul loses sight of all its pervasiveness, all its transcendental nature, all its godliness. What? Thus, now the body and the mind and senses, the thoughts and emotions and the ignorance is which come together and constitute what we call the ego personality of a human being. All those things that's happening. And in reality, what? Like that bottle, which closes off the vision of truth. Your soul, which is innately free. We know that already. It don't die. It can't die. Bonding less. What's this? The innate free is boundless. Boundless. And imaginations from this limited reality, which your ignorance, reality as if what? It mesmerized the spirit thinking of the higher self. It done fell victim to what? This limited existence. I'm just a human being. I'm just a bill waiting on capital here. Remember that? But that's how y'all look. I'm just a human being. No, you're not. No, you're not. My man, Infodisi. Think unlimited. Think unlimited. Why? You are what you think and believe you are. Believe you're unlimited. If you believe you're human, you are. Okay, again, it works both ways. The belief system, and they know that whatever you believe, that's what you're going to do. So they get you to believe what they want you to believe, and you're inspired to do just what they need you to do. That's the hook with religion. Moving on. But the ideas control the mind, and they do that with what? Your spiritual ideas and concepts, your limited understanding, ignorance of yourself. But your limited existence is known, watch this, know what your limited existence is known as? Ego consciousness, your ego self. Again, we know that. We know that. Somebody tell me, it's the devil. It's the devil. I just gave lesson about sin. No, you are not born sinful. We're pure. We're God's, we're divinity in the flesh, not knowing who we are. That's the difference. And when you understand it from that perspective, so I need to know myself. Hello? We too busy wanting to be ignorant. So from being universal, all, your soul now begins to what? You ready? Look at that word again. Believe itself to be individual, human. My goal is to get you out that belief state. That's the ignorant state of mind. You got to rise above that. That's lower nature. That's low hanging fruit. That's too easy. Everybody do it. My man asked me, what's mediocrity? Average, normal. 85% of y'all are ignorant, not knowing what you need to know. So they just don't give a damn about y'all. They think you're stupid. And they tell you and do anything to you, and y'all won't do nothing. Complain about it, talk about it, but won't do nothing. However, in reality, your soul, what? Never stop being your soul, universal. It ain't gonna stop. That's why when the body ceases to exist, it ain't going home. Why? It don't know who the hell it is. It's got to find another body and do this damn thing over again. That's the concept. Because why? It don't know itself. Only way you can go home and know where you live. Where you live? With God. Okay, that's home for me. When this is over, I'm going home. A lot of y'all, I'm going to heaven. I want to go home. That's where you come from. That's the whole idea. Your divine spark is from God. When the life is over, if you enlighten it with consciousness of yourself while you're here, it'll go home. Moving on. And it don't care if and when it goes home. It just know it won't stay here. Why would it stay here long until somebody can take it home? It can't get home by itself. It needs help. That's the concept. In the physical body, you are the help. You're the vehicle for that means. The human experience, we come here to learn. The personality, which is the ego personality of a human being, is like what? It's like a transient veil, like a magical illusion. Just got you all messed up, okay? And what's this? At night, don't the stars appear in the sky? But where we are, it seems minuscule. But if you get up on it, whoa, what the? Yeah, see, but that's how far away you still can see it. It's that far away, you can still see it. That's how the shining light in the spirit and the soul is. But if you were to get closer to your soul, you would what? See that they are massive heavenly bodies of light. And in the same way, if you were to get, here we go, I like this analogy too. You get closer to your real self, they say God brilliance can't be seen. Okay, that's meaning, no, it's too much for you to understand. But if you get to see your real self in your mind, you will see that what? It is expansive and it is limitless, unlimited, it's boundless, it's unimaginable. That's what God represents in every individual who finds that out for themselves. In most people, what's this? Your ego personality is the so prominent in you that you cannot and you will not see beyond what? Your ego reality, which is right here in yourself. You won't wake up to your higher self through what? The process of practicing yoga, philosophy, right? Thinking philosophy, anything that's going to get you to what? Daily meditation practice, righteous living. A human being now has the what? Possibility of what? Breaking through the confinement of what? Individual egoism, ignorance. Why? And now you're able to discover universality, the all. There you go. Akashic records. Everything will be open to you once you what? Become conscious of who you are. What? One with God who knows all conscious, all everything. That's become you, and you realize that I ain't just me. I ain't just an individual. Oh, wake up. That's what the I represents. And you become what? Limitless, expansive. So in reality, every human being is not limited or finite. Why? Only due to their ignorance. And there is a greater, when taught and understood, you will know that there is a greater reality which can only be discovered by what? Enlightening oneself, by putting the work in and having the Kundalini serpent through the chakras rise and become enlightened. That's what the pioneer plan is for. I got my teaching hat on. This is a perfect man, mind, body, and spirit. We're living as one. That's a triangle that can't be broken. It's thrice great. See where I'm going with this? I got all kind of esoteric teachers I can throw at you. What? I ain't trying to confuse you. I'm just trying to help you get a concept. So I'm not here to prove how many I got. No, just want to get you understanding. Knowing thyself is my goal. And this is where I get it from. I didn't just make it up. That's my point. I got one more part to go. I'm going to finish it up. Let me wrap it up. Our ancient Egyptians expresses the true nature of every human being. They wasn't selective. They wasn't racist or prejudiced. Every human being's individual soul, they knew that. As composed to what? They call it the casual body. You got the astral body, or you got the subtle and the physical body. That's this. And what's inside the body and inside the mind, the body, those are all three aspects of you. And the universal soul or yourself is one singular and pure spirit entity that is in every and all things. Therefore, it is likened to what? The dot in the circle. The soul develops a mental process through right thinking, and through this process, a form of what? Ignorance or forgetfulness of its true nature develops. You start to what? remember who you are, know who you are, whatever you want to call it. Again, but you're not ignorant. Ignorant leads to what? Suffering and heartaches and dysfunction and stuff that you have to do, that you have to pay for. With enlightenment, you make better decisions. You start to do what? The right thing. And when you do the right thing, you're rewarded with what? Blessings. Let's go. That's God at his best. This is the development of every individual soul that they have to do what for themselves. That's the caveat right there. You're responsible. The soul becomes submerged, as it were, what? In the sea of thoughts and impulses from what? From the mind and the senses of the physical body that's in control of the ego. And it remains as a latent witness in what? Your deep unconscious level of the mind. Now it is caught in what? It's powerless, produced by what? The web of its own what? Ignorance. Dun, 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 dun. No, you cause that. Your enlightenment and your ignorance. You are total control. And because of its own ignorance, now it has spun itself into this web of nonsense. Watch this. Through the mind and senses, it experiences what? The universe. Life, death, happiness, sadness, etc. It runs the gauntlet. What? It's there naturally. And you just don't figure out how to what? Start the cycle. Wake up. Okay, it's going to continue until you do just that. However, in reality, taking it in, the universal soul is never touched. It don't give a crap, good, bad, and different, your highs and lows in life. It don't give a hoot. Why? It's not affected by any occurrences in your life. That's why. But the individual soul, nevertheless, experiences it. It's going through the experience with you. Them as what? As being real, because they're part of you, and compelling. But in addition, you, the individual, your individual soul now is really one with universal soul, but the belief that you have in what? Being mortal, your mortal existence is what? Being real, it prevents you, the individual, your individual soul from what? Truly discovering its what? Deeper transcendental reality, aka your higher self. Therefore, your soul travels on a psycho-spiritual journey which involves many life experiences, aka births and deaths, in what? This physical existence, like I keep trying to explain to you, death as well as a myriad of experiences which occur in your dreams, another plane that you ain't familiar with, and the afterlife. The after death state, which is either going to be heaven or hell, depending on what you did, how you did it. You can't escape the inevitable. Wake up, realize it, and what? Know thyself and go home. That's the purpose of meditation. This is the purpose of getting your mind right. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I got to go, but this is good stuff. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. And in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. Me 100 miles a day. So I never met my right thinkers who started to learn themselves by what? Daily meditation and passed away. Practice, and you'll get better. I did.